So you guys are here because you want to learn how to print TPU on Artillery Sidewinder X. In this video, I'm going to show you my settings. I'm going to show you the trial and error that I came about, and even the proper orientation for something that you want to print. Okay, let me guys give you a little backstory. I'm actually building the Iron Man Star Booster for my son for Halloween. Now the neck, I originally printed this in PLA, and it's pretty solid. This is generic PLA, and it was actually really solid. I didn't like it. My son did not like it. He could not move his neck in it. It was awful. So then I decided I needed to print TPU. So I went on Amazon and I picked up the cheapest TPU. Yeah, it came out pretty bad. First time doing TPU. It's flexible, but yeah, this won't work. Then I tried this. This is the second print I did. I put it flat down like this, and the top printed good, but the bottom printed pretty like awful. And I think it's because I printed flat down like this, and my Z-axis is not the greatest, so it didn't come out so well. Then this one over here, it actually came out better because I actually changed the orientation of this print. I actually printed it like this, standing up, just like that, standing up, and it came out pretty good. The back here is not so well done, didn't come out so great, but that's okay. But the issue was happening, I put the infill a little bit too high, and I think I used the wrong infill, and this is still kind of stiff compared to this. This is kind of really stiff as well, but it does look pretty. And this last one over here, I got the orientation correct. I put it like this, standing up, and it came out really nice, and it's actually really flexible. Like this, my son can wear this no problem, flexible. So this one came out the best. So now we're gonna head over to the computer. I'm gonna show you guys my settings, what I used for you first timers. And let me let you guys know that all these, I wanted to print this really fast. Like I didn't want it to wait all day. All right, so anyways, let's head over to the computer. I'm gonna show you guys my settings, okay? So what I actually did, when you're gonna print, you want something, you would think like standing straight up. You want to be able to print up. So this was, so you would think this is the best way, but this is probably not the best way. If you put it like this instead, then like that, it actually prints a lot better. And you don't use supports. I actually use support blockers. Block right here, these supports that are going to be generated, you don't need those. Those are the ones you do not want. So then I generated that support. Made sure support blocker was there because I don't want any support. Because trust me, trying to pull supports off from TPU is awful. Like it's just a nightmare. Just trust me, you don't want to have supports if you don't need it. Okay, so now let's go to my settings. I'm using a 4mm nozzle on my printer. This is the one it came with. As you can see, my layer height is 2.8. Initial layer height is 0.3. My line width is 0.5. And this is one right here, initial layer line width. I put it at 120% because I want it a little wider because it comes out a lot nicer and smoother. What else did I change? Your infill is actually very important. Usually for this neck, I would turn it down to 10%, and I would use concentric. You don't want to use cubic, grid, or line. You want to use concentric because it makes it more like easier to bend and stuff like that. So more flexible. Now as for your temperature, I print my temperature pretty high. I print at 225. And the most important part of these settings right here, you guys need to print slow. I feel like 30 millimeters per second is the best for printing on this. Like honestly, really slow. The slower you can print, the better. The quality come out better, and also it won't shake as much, and you won't need supports. I don't use any beta adhesion. I don't use any supports. I have my cooling set to 100% because you want to get this to cool like right away as you're going. So yeah, these are my settings. If you guys want to pause the video, copy these settings down, try it yourself. But I find these settings work pretty well. Let's slice this and see how long it's gonna take. See, this only takes 4 hours and 28 minutes of these settings. Now I know some people say you want to use a lower layer height. I think usually it's 1.6, but look, if you print out 1.6 layer height, you almost put 3 hours added to your time. So this, I don't want that time, so I put at 2.8 layer height to get it at 4 hours and a half, and that's perfect for me. If you guys want to copy down these settings, I'll scroll down slowly, or you guys can pause the video whenever you see it and just try these settings. Maybe it might work for you, maybe not. Your infill is the most important one, 10%, and I suggest use concentric. Concentric works the best. Don't use grid, it'll be too stiff. Print temperature, 225, 230 for the bed. And your print speed is also very important. You want it slow, slower the better. And also your retraction speed is actually really important too. I have mine set 25 and my retraction distance is 1.5. And I also use Z-hop 0.2. That's actually important because you don't want to your nozzle getting caught on the print as it's moving along. So I use Z-hop a lot. Alright, so if that was helpful, you guys know what to do, man. Give the video a thumbs up, that helps me a lot, and subscribe if you guys are new. Alright, thank you. Bye.